Hey besties, I want to get into self-sabotage today because I just had the craziest thing unfold in my life, and it's actually so funny how the mind works to protect us. Okay, so let's just geek out for a little second. The subconscious mind, right? 95% of our mind. The subconscious mind is 95% of our mind, which basically means that almost all of our mind is outside of our conscious awareness, right? Now this matters because the function of that part of our mind, 95%, is to keep us safe. So what this looks like for us when we are growing and leveling up and going after our goals is that the part of our mind that's subconscious is trying to keep us safe and alive, right? And it likes to keep us in the comfort zone, in the familiar. So we need to understand this because as we are leveling up, we're going to hit resistance within our own mind. And it's not a shame thing. And so many people shame themselves, right? Like, oh, obviously I'm not good enough, I can't do it. Absolutely incorrect. What's happening is that your mind is doing a phenomenal job at what it is designed to do, which is keep you safe in the familiar because it knows how to keep you safe in your current circumstances, right? So what I've noticed this week, or even today, for example, I woke up and I was like, am I getting sick? Now I had a whole day in my calendar mapped out all these things that I'm creating, course, content, podcasts, like all sorts of cool stuff that's going to expand me, right? Now my mind is like, ooh, don't like this. She's getting a little bit too comfortable in this growth, in this like her plans for world domination, right? So we're gonna try to pull her back a little bit. So I noticed at first that I was so cold. My feet were freezing, my hands were freezing, my throat was getting sore. I had a slight earache, and I was like, that's so weird. Am I getting sick? And then I was like, oh, it's all right. Like, it's all good. So I started my day and then it got worse. And then I got hit with this massive wave of nausea, right? And I was like, what the heck? And so then I did some meditation and I reflected and I was like, oh my God, this is what's happening, is that I'm this close to my breakthrough. And so my mind is literally like, oh, don't like this. So what we do, right, is because our subconscious mind needs to be on board in order for us to feel safe to move forward. So what we want to do is we want to utilize subconscious modalities. Now my two favorite ones are EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. You can find this all over the internet, all over YouTube. There's a guy called Brad Yates, he's amazing, and also hypnotherapy. And these are two modalities that I'm trained in. So what I did, I have this hypnosis that I use for my one-on-one clients. And it's a fear of success because many of us, we don't feel safe at an unconscious level to step forward into our success, right? So I listened, I felt my whole body relax, and then I felt like myself again. There's no resistance anymore. I'm like, cool, let's go. Just like that, right? I went in the unconscious level to teach my system it is safe. We're safe here. Thank you for doing such a good job at keeping me safe, but we are safe to move forward. And it is so important that we start working with our mind, right? Because this is what stops so many people. This fear comes in, or the resistance comes in, and people either try to push through it when they don't feel safe, in which case something bad is going to happen, right? Because at the end of the day, your mind is there to keep you safe and alive. Or they quit because it's too hard. So it's a dance. We're dancing between our conscious and our subconscious mind, which is why mindset work is so important. And remember that success is 80% psychology. And when we look at our mind, 95% of that is subconscious. So our power to build our businesses, to build an impact, to keep expanding, to receiving more money, more love, to making a big difference on this planet, it comes from our capacity to move through the fear and to create safety in our body. So if you're hitting resistance or self-sabotage, right? However that looks to you, it might just look like you're really tired, you've got no energy, you get sick, something like that happens. Know that self-sabotage is really self-protection. Okay, so there's a part of you that doesn't feel safe. It's not that you've failed, absolutely not. In fact, the fact that you had the courage to even push the limits of your comfort zone tells me that you're an exceptional badass. So really, take on things like EFT, hypnotherapy. Talk to me. I've got I've got tools that you can use. You can work with me one-on-one as well. And I also have a podcast called World Domination on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube that goes deep into the subconscious, because we need more of these epic, beautiful, heart-led people thriving on this planet. So, yeah. Let me know. I'll be curious to hear from you guys. How does self-sabotage, aka self-protection, show up for you? Because that blew my mind today. It blew my mind, and I realized why as well. Because I'm getting some real results. Like, one of my videos this week has hit 220,000 streams. So it's like my mind, it's like it's gone from being just a dream and an idea to actually happening. So my system is doing a really good job at being like, nah, Mon, we preferred it when you were not quite so, out there. So that's all it is. So take the shame off yourselves, you guys. I hope this was useful. See you in the next video.